AI agents are everywhere, automating tasks and making decisions at machine speed. But agents make mistakes. Just one rogue agent can do big damage before you even notice. Rubrik Agent Cloud is the only platform that helps you monitor agents, set guardrails, and rewind mistakes, so you can unleash agents, not risk. Accelerate your AI transformation at Rubrik.com. That's RUBRIK.com.
Hey, Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. Now, I don't know if you've heard, but Mint's premium wireless is $15 a month. But I'd like to offer one other perk. We have no stores. That means no small talk. Crazy weather we're having. No, it's not. It's just weather. It is an introvert's dream. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, $15 per month equivalent required. New customer offer first 3 months only. Then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
Oh, the car from Carvana's here. Wow, will you look at that? It's exactly what I ordered. Like, precisely. It would be crazy if there were any catches. But there aren't, right?
Right. Because that's how car buying should be. With Carvana, you get the car you want. Choose delivery or pickup and a week to love it or return it.
Buy your car today with
Carvana. Delivery or pickup fees may apply. Limitations and exclusions may apply. See our 7-day return policy at Carvana.com.
AI agents are everywhere, automating tasks and making decisions at machine speed. But agents make mistakes. Just one rogue agent can do big damage before you even notice. Rubrik Agent Cloud is the only platform that helps you monitor agents, set guardrails, and rewind mistakes, so you can unleash agents, not risk. Accelerate your AI transformation at Rubrik.com. That's RUBRIK.com.
Hey, Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. Now, I don't know if you've heard, but Mint's premium wireless is $15 a month. But I'd like to offer one other perk. We have no stores. That means no small talk. Crazy weather we're having. No, it's not. It's just weather. It is an introvert's dream. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, $15 per month equivalent required. New customer offer first 3 months only. Then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
Hello, I'm Sarah, and welcome to day 28 of 31 days of Halloween. I've got 3 spooky stories to share today. I'll get straight into them. Are you ready for the first story? I think I have an attachment. I'm posting here because I need to talk about what's happening without being told that I'm imagining things. I wish I had videos I had taken previously, but I deleted them after being told by my family that I'm just hearing things and reading into what's not real. I've always been sensitive to spiritual things. When I was little, my biological mother, I was adopted at 13, was a self-proclaimed black witch and used me in seances. No, it was not fun. Yes, it terrified me at the time. So I genuinely believe in the paranormal. From the time I was adopted, I've always had this spirit that I've felt. I would hear it imitate my family members, push things off the counters, and have troubling dreams. It's even slammed doors in front of me when I wanted to go into a different room. We thought it was an evil one, because at one point, I had a genuine breakdown, was causing harm to myself, and saying violent threats to people, and ended up in the psychiatric hospital. I don't remember any of this, or the 2 weeks of being in the hospital. My adopted family had a priest come bless the house and me, and for a little while, things were okay. But then we moved, and I started to hear whispers, and things started to move again. While I would be in my room with the door open, every single time it would close. Sometimes I would say, "I have it open for a reason, leave it alone," and the door would stop midway. I later moved in with my sister and her family, but still things happened. I never paid much attention to it because it wasn't harmful or overly scary, until my nephews were starting to get scared to be in my room or alone with me, because they would always see a really tall man around me. I lived in her attic, which had the kids' toy room down the hall. Every time I shut the door, a specific toy would go off without batteries. I would open the door and apologise, and it would stop. I nicknamed this spirit Toby. Last year, I moved in with my fiancé, and it seems Toby has followed me. It started off with turning the lights on when we were gone, or noises on the second floor at night. My fiancé told me to just ignore it, because the more attention it gets, then the more it wants to act out. So I believed him and started to ignore it. But whenever we go into the basement, he gets scratched. The fridge was constantly being opened. The lights would all be turned on if I was gone for too long. We would even hear footsteps upstairs and things falling, but still ignored it. Then I would hear someone running down the stairs at night. Our room is connected to the stairs. We've even been woken up to loud bangs on the second floor. We just let Toby do whatever he wanted, since he was never really hostile unless we went into the basement. We put up Catholic blessed rosaries on the basement door and the doors to our house because his youngest son, 5 years old, has been having nightmares and accidents at night. But now it seems that Toby is upset with everything and everyone, even me. While we were asleep one night last week, my fiancé gasped and jumped out of bed. It scared me awake, and I asked what happened. He said that something just tried to push him out of bed. He's always calm and collected, but was genuinely startled, which made me freaked out. One night, our cat was running around upstairs. He hissed, and we heard a commotion. And when we looked at the stairs, the cat was thrown down. It looked as if it was kicked, and we watched as he flew down and missed every stair, hitting the wall at the end of the stairs. I got up and yelled at Toby for trying to hurt the cat. The next day, my dog was in the living room. I was in bed, but heard her growling and got up. I was about to enter the living room when she yelped, then ran past me, whining with her tail tucked. She was shivering when I picked her up. Once again, I scolded Toby. Just a few days ago, we heard something fall upstairs. When I went up a little later, a small board with 2 screws was sitting right at the top of the steps, perfectly placed to where I would have stepped on the screws if I wasn't paying attention. Our front door, that is connected to the second floor, has opened in the middle of the night while it was shut and locked. We almost never use the upstairs door since the porch is unsafe right now. My fiancé had swept the house and every time found nothing. It seems like Toby has gotten angry again and is taking it out on my fiancé, his son, and our pets. He didn't like my nephews or the family I live with either. Could this be the same spirit that is just following me everywhere I go? I don't know about you, but I think having a mother use you during a seance or seances is really creepy. Thinking about my own children, I probably would do a seance with a couple of them. Now they're older. But there's no way I would have done it when they were young, because they would have been terrified. And I'm sure this person was as well. I mean, obviously there's the concern that if you've got a psychiatric history, then this could be a kind of symptom of that. But for it to be going for the fiancé and his child and the cat, that is a bit worrying. Are you ready for the second story? I live in a very rural part of southern Illinois, where the scenery consists of corn, cows, and more corn. Finding something fun to do is next to impossible. Our favourite thing to do was going out to the biker bar, watch 50-year-old women dance to the live bands and laughing to ourselves, knowing full well that would be us in 30 years or so. When we got sick of that, we'd get some beer and hang out at the fields, listening to music and telling stories. My group of friends and I decided that we needed a little change of scenery. We decided to go to the tree. The tree is somewhat of a taboo subject around here. Everyone's heard of it, but no one talks about it. It's in a large field, a bit out of town. You can't miss it. A few twists and turns down dirt roads. And next thing you know, your headlights hit a huge, old willow tree on the hill. There's nothing else in this field except the tree, aside from a little lagoon to the right of it. The field serves no purpose. There's no crops, no cattle, just acres of grass that end in thick tree lines. Now, only my friend knew exactly where the tree was. My friend, we'll call her C, had been up there a few times. She got us riled up with stories about shadow people at the base of the hill, freezing gusts of wind, etc. She was the one who suggested going up to the tree that night. It was C, myself, and two of our guy friends. We had flashlights and beer, and we were excited to see what all the fuss was about. The drive there was filled with talks of what would happen. Would we see a ghost? Could a cold wind knock us down? Would something chase us? There was no fear. There should have been. We turned onto switchback, and the paved road turned into dirt. Here, C said, pointing at the little turn-off on our right. We pulled in, and our headlights caught the tree. It was at that very moment that my entire body started to shake. Something was off-putting about it, and it took me a moment to put my finger on it. It was a warm, breezy summer night, but the tree was completely still. A feeling which I can only describe as complete and utter dread took over. I must have gotten a little pale, because one of our friends turned to me and asked if I was all right. I'm not going. I broke out in a cold sweat and pulled my sweatshirt over my head. After a few minutes of moaning at me, my friends finally started to pile out of the truck. C stuck her head in after they all got out, looking concerned. Lock the doors, I guess. We'll knock when we're back. I did just that, and climbed with a speed I didn't know I had into the back seat. I covered my head completely with my sweatshirt, my eyes on my cell phone. Soon I was immersed in my game and the dread passed. It was very quiet outside, owls hooting every once in a while, and cicadas chirping continuously. About 15 minutes passed, and the dread came over me again. There wasn't a sound that caused it. There was no sound at all. No cicadas, no wind, just nothing. I had the sudden, incredibly strong urge to look outside. Fighting the terror I felt, I threw the sweatshirt off and looked towards the tree. All I saw were flashlights swinging wildly, running towards the car. I quickly unlocked the doors and my friends filed in. "What happened?" I shrieked as C spun her tyres out and peeled away. Everyone was silent. The only sound in the car was heavy breathing and my friend next to me, sobbing softly to himself. For 20 minutes on the ride back into town, aside from my screaming at them, they stayed that way. Eyes straight ahead, no words. Finally, we pulled into a gas station. I threatened them with my friendship if they didn't tell me what had happened. C sighed and turned back to me. "I'm going to tell you, but you don't want to know." My friend, who had been crying, jumped out of the car, power walking into the gas station. You could have cut the tension with a knife. We went up to the tree. C turned back to face forward, her shoulders sagging. It was dark, like really dark. So dark our flashlights didn't hit the tree until we were right on it. She shuddered and didn't continue. One of our other friends took over. C was hanging back. Our light shone on a wrought iron fence. There were graves under there. Everything got kind of quiet. Then C, he ran his hands through his hair. He was shaking. We got scared. Not at anything in particular, but we just got scared. I don't know. I didn't want to look at the tree anymore, so I turned around, and there was a woman running. We never saw her, but she must have passed us. I mean, she would have had to. She was dirty, and she didn't have any shoes on. She was really fast. Another pause. She was running for the car, right at the car. We ran after her. He cleared his throat. We couldn't catch up. She was almost on the car when C screamed at her to stop. And she just vanished. Like she was there and then she wasn't. I wanted to vomit. We don't talk about the tree anymore. We didn't leave our houses for a while. I know now, no one talks about it. This is the coordinates for the tree. I'm not encouraging you to go there. I just wanted to share with you all. I have some second-hand accounts of stories from some other people I've talked to if you'd wish to hear them. This was just my story, and I wish to everything that it was fake. I love a willow tree, a whomping willow. My granddaughter's name is well, Willow. But that's spooky. I've never heard a story quite like this, and I love the idea of a haunted tree. And I'm glad the person sat in the car didn't realise what was going on. Are you ready for the third and final story? My brother and I saw something. This story takes place about 12 to 13 years ago when I was a kid. I come from a less than desirable area in a small mountain community where most people, my family included, just managed to scrape by. This meant that for me and my siblings, we lived in a small house that could barely fit us, with poor insulation, and was in desperate need of repairs, but we made it work and appreciated what our parents could do, because we were still better off than a lot of the other families we knew. The winters are harsh here in the mountains, and because of the poor insulation, me and my siblings would sleep in the living room as close to the fire as possible and would huddle under our one huge blanket. There's one night that sticks with me to this day, because for the life of me, I still cannot fathom what it was that I saw. It was late at night, and I've always been a very poor sleeper, so I would wake up through most of the night already. Not to mention, we were struggling to keep warm when I woke up very suddenly, and felt like there was someone or something there. I initially shrugged this off, because we had a few busted windows and holes in the floor, which would allow the occasional opossum or stray cat to wander in. And in the winter, this was actually a fairly common occurrence. With the light of the TV that was still playing, I looked around and to my left and saw this thing. It had the body of a turtle, but was rather edgy and spiked, but not to a point, more like Mayan temples, and a face that is most comparable to, I guess, a sort of lion-stroke-dragon mix. Almost like an alligator snapping turtle, in that it was large and frightening, but had a brachycephalic nose, and it was a mouth with teeth, not a beak. It was looking at my little brother, and it moved its head slowly back and forth. Out of fear that I was awake, I laid there with my eyes barely open, just in case it was aggressive. I could wake up my brother before it could hurt us. All he did, though, was glance between us a few times and very slowly walked to that stairway that led down to the bathroom, and somehow went down the steps without making a sound. This was confusing, since my dad's friend had a large sulcata tortoise, and I knew that an animal with a shell that large, this would have been the size of a juvenile sulcata, about 45 to 60 pounds, was not graceful and should be clunking down each step, or at least the first drop. I chalked it up to a bad dream, and later thought night terrors, sleep paralysis was possible, but that still didn't quite fit. Years later, my brother and I were hanging out with our friends, and they were talking about ghosts, when my brother starts telling the same story, with the same description, and how he just shut his eyes and prayed it would leave. This is why I thought he was still asleep, and I never told him or anyone this story. What did we see? All that popped up online are dragon turtles, which would be far too large, and lion turtles from that show, Avatar.
AI agents are everywhere, automating tasks and making decisions at machine speed. But agents make mistakes. Just one rogue agent can do big damage before you even notice. Rubrik Agent Cloud is the only platform that helps you monitor agents, set guardrails, and rewind mistakes, so you can unleash agents, not risk. Accelerate your AI transformation at Rubrik.com. That's RUBRIK.com.
Mint is still $15 a month for premium wireless. And if you haven't made the switch yet, here are 15 reasons why you should. 1, it's $15 a month. 2, seriously, it's $15 a month. 3, no big contrast. 4, I use it. 5, my mom uses it. Are you playing me off? That's what's happening, right? Okay, give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, $15 per month equivalent required. New customer offer first 3 months only. Then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
I have no idea what this thing was. I'm going to have to do further research and see if I can try and establish what it was. I'm just a bit lost. And it must have been terrifying, especially for children. I'm kind of glad that the brother did actually admit to seeing it as well. Well, that's it from me today. I hope you enjoyed, and we'll catch you again tomorrow. Take care, everyone.
AI agents are everywhere, automating tasks and making decisions at machine speed. But agents make mistakes. Just one rogue agent can do big damage before you even notice. Rubrik Agent Cloud is the only platform that helps you monitor agents, set guardrails, and rewind mistakes, so you can unleash agents, not risk. Accelerate your AI transformation at Rubrik.com. That's RUBRIK.com.
Jennifer Lawrence and Robert Pattinson star in Die My Love, a ferocious portrait of a woman engulfed by love and madness. Lawrence and Pattinson play a passionate couple who, after moving to an isolated house in the country, find their relationship unraveling following the birth of their first child. Vanity Fair hails Lawrence's performance as astonishing, and Time calls it the kind of performance you go to the movies for. From director Lynn Ramsey, Die My Love is only in theaters November 7th, rated R.
You know what's faster than your paycheck? Literally everything. It's time to get your pay up to speed. With Earnin, you can access your pay as you work instead of waiting days and weeks for a paycheck. Get up to $150 a day with a max of $750 between paydays. No interest, no credit checks, and no mandatory fees. Because, hey, it's your money. Download the Earnin app now to get it and join millions of people making any day payday. That's EARNIN. Earnin is not a bank. Access limits are based on your earnings and risk factors. Available in select states. Expedited transfers available for a fee. Terms and restrictions apply. Visit earnin.com for full details.